Hey everybody, welcome back to another review. Today we've got something really special. This is the first Mezco I've ever owned. It is the Mezco 112 PX Previews exclusive black suit symbiote, not really, symbiote Spider-Man. Spider-Man! I don't know why I love saying it like that. Probably because of that movie. And you can see all the accessories, got the webbing, different hands, you got the stand that it comes with. Let's crack this guy open, get him out of the box. Alright, and here's Spider-Man out of the package, dabbing on the haters, as he does. It comes with the, first off, let's go over those. So we got the base here, with a little claw hand on it. There's also a little piece that you can throw in that base. It's this little piece right here. You know what that is it's so I guess that you can put it in the peg hole at the bottom of his feet. If you don't want to do the stand. So we also get another little clippy, and this one's got a little magnet on the back of it, which is great for posing him on like a refrigerator or something, which is where mine will live, because I love magnets and I love putting things on the refrigerator and bugging my wife. Here we have a accessory. It's kind of like a little bendy, what you call that, webbing, but it's really long. Probably about a good foot of webbing. We have other little bits of webbing here. We've got this one, we've got one of these, which is the same thing except for smaller. We've got this one that splays out into 3 different things. Now this one's kind of neat. It's actually got a little cone at the end. At the end of all of them, they have this little hoop that you're supposed to put over his wrist. So you can take his wrist off here, put the thwip on there, and then put his hand back in place, and then he gets the thwip. So you also get a couple different sets of hands. We get the fisted hand for either side, and then we also get a grabby hand, like for holding a web on either side. And then the hands that I had on him to begin with, kind of these like stylized, posed, wall crawly hands. He also comes with one other final accessory, which is a little baggie. It says 112 Collective, to store all of his other accessories in. So let's take a closer look at the Spider-Man himself. So just kind of looking at it here, this is a Mezco, so he's got the cloth goods on there. Actually looks really good. Whenever this first got solicited, I really thought that this was going to be like a felt kind of material, and I thought that looked really bad. But what they've gone with instead is almost like a fake leather sort of material. And it looks really great in hand. Yeah, the pictures and everything don't do this justice. It actually really looks good and sleek in hand. And the detail on that costume, so if you lift his arm up, you can kind of see there's a seam coming down and just goes around the back, kind of gets sewn through the legs. And again, this is really impressive, and it actually goes over the feet. It's almost like they cap the bottom of the foot on at the end there, because the costume just goes down into the foot, and there's no like on his arms you can kind of roll the sleeve up a little bit, but on the legs there's no way to do that. It's like it was part of the foot and they just put it on afterwards. You do get a certificate whenever you buy this. It basically says don't stretch it too far. So he does look up really well. He looks down also very well. There's a ball joint in the neck itself and then one in the head, which really allows for a lot more motion with that. At his shoulders can go up very high, but again, you kind of start to stretch that fabric a little bit. I don't want to get it too far. It almost seems like they could go all the way though if you really wanted them to. And they are on a ball, it feels like, underneath there, so they could probably go around all the way. Again, don't want to push it with this fabric. It's got double jointed elbows, wrists that are hinged. They move down and up, and they rotate. And you can actually, with these wrist hinge, you can move it in any direction. He's got, feels like there's an ab piece that's in the center. He's got the top and then the crotch at the bottom. So you can kind of give him one of these things. At the top though, we get tons of articulation. I mean, this guy just left to right, back and forth. So with the full crunch, with that double crunch, we do move forward that far, move back just a little, you know, not as much. And then again, side and side, like a ballerina. At the hips, they go out almost all the way. They do go forward quite a bit. They go back ever so slightly. There is there's a swivel up there, but again, with this fabric, you gotta kind of just be careful, and you can kind of feel like where it's going. You can feel the fabric shifting as you're doing that. Knees double jointed, and then he does have down, up, and ankle pivot on this side was really stiff. On this side, it actually worked great. So I think he's supposed to have ankle pivot, but this one on mine, for some reason, this ankle is not wanting to do what it's supposed to do. And here he is next to the Marvel Legends Black Suit Symbiote. That trailer's got me saying it like that now. As you can see, he's a little bit taller. There's actually a pretty noticeable height difference. He's about half a head taller than this guy. And there he is next to the Vintage Wave Pizza Spider-Man. And as you can see, still just a little bit taller. So that's it. That's the Mezco 1/12 Collective Black Suit Spider-Man. I gotta say, overall, I like him pretty good. I don't know how I feel about this Mezco line as a whole. I'm definitely not going to go all in on it like I am with Legends. I'll definitely be picking up more of these here and there. The one thing that I did want to note, whenever I was posing him around and everything, on the bottom of his foot, I don't know how well it's going to be visible on the camera, but there is a little chip off of that pleather on the bottom of his foot there, and it looks like it is just like a cloth underneath that. So it looks like this pleather is kind of painted over a cloth. If you do get him, heed that warning that they send you in the box, and be kind of careful with him. He's not, meant to be posed around all over the place. He's more so, you set him and forget him kind of deal. But like I said, he's gonna go live on our fridge for a while. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we hope to see you guys next time. In the meantime, keep trying to figure me out.